I want to continue my I am talking series, and I want to talk about two things that occurred to me relative to the I am. First is like I amness solves the problem of like impatience and FOMO, I think, because like impatience and FOMO are relative to the relative world. Like they only happen in the relative world. There can't be like FOMO or impatience in the I am, because the I am is in a way infinite, even though infinite doesn't really make sense, because infinite refers to space-time, and I am, as we established in the first video, I amness exists outside of space-time, so it's not even infinite. It's just not there's no lack. There's also no abundance, really. I mean, I'm just talking how I see it, right? So feel free to comment or refer me to other better videos or whatever, but that's my current thing about the I am, how I understand it, and the idea of this series is just to talk about it and therefore deepen it in myself, and so I also can be wrong, but just the attempt to have more awareness of beingness in my life, I think, is already a permission slip to open up to the I am, right? So my current assumption is that I amness is outside of space and time, so it's not even infinite. It's also not finite. It's just these words don't apply to the I am, right? Also not lack and abundance. So, but FOMO and impatience only make sense when there's lack, right? Lack of opportunity, lack of experience, lack of money, lack of anything we love makes us impatient, right? We want to have it, right? And impatience is actually pretty logical in that, I feel, because if I lack something, obviously I have to move faster through the matrix in order to get it, right? And, me being German, I think Germans are actually a very impatient nationality, like a very impatient society. Like we drive so fast, not because like I think it's also like a little bit enjoyable to drive fast, but it's also like just because we want to get wherever we want to be faster, and we feel better and superior, and like we have more momentum in life when we drive fast, right? We go like, oh my god, I got there 10 minutes earlier than somebody who drove slower. Yes, I can drink my beer first, I can introduce myself first, or whatever, right? I can have my Feierabend, like get off work earlier or whatever. So it adds a lot of benefits to be impatient in the relative world. Unless something goes wrong, then the impatience adds to the suffering, because then there's even more FOMO, right? So, and that's where the I am comes in for me, because it's like, okay, first of all, the I am shows that the relative world is just an illusion and it doesn't exist. And all the assumptions we have about the relative world are wrong, because we first assume that there is space and time to even for it to be for there to be a relative world, so which doesn't exist. So it's all wrong, right? So anything like all impatience and FOMO is based on completely wrong assumptions and thoughts, and also can only exist as long as there are these thoughts, right? Without thoughts, no FOMO, no impatience without thoughts, right? So we have to currently not emphasize the I amness of the thoughts, we have to currently imagine space and time, a relative world, and there to be lack in order to feel impatient. So there is a lot, like impatience is actually a house of cards that collapses, not necessarily all at once, but like it slowly collapses the more we tune into the I amness of things. And that's what I love, because I feel like there's a lot of lack in my life. Like I had so many experiences that I wanted to have and I didn't have them, and I will probably never have them. And I'm also not rich, not famous. I don't have a certain status, and so I'm missing out on so many things. Like when I think about it, I'm missing out on 99.99% of things all the time. So I'm in super alert mode, as long as I think of these things and think of the world in that way, right? And I can also like kind of work on these lack beliefs and see how I really don't want to do them, because I really prefer what I have, which is all true. But since we're talking about the I am, it's like, okay, but if I am first, then I am, and then all these thoughts happen, and these thoughts then make me see the world in a certain way, and it's all just possible because I am, and because I'm conscious of it. And then, right, and then the FOMO is at least 50% of the impatience is at least 50% less, because of course I'm like, for myself, I still am thinking a lot. Not like super enlightened or whatever, but just working on it, like just tuning into the I am releases the impatience and the FOMO a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And yeah, and I think this is a great gift. And yeah, so the second thing I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna make a new video